Hello, my very dear Aquarius. As I was getting ready to do your reading, I was given an image of you sitting at a desk and you're picking up slips of paper, pieces that are all crumpled and have been jammed in pockets, but they're your receipts. And you're going through your receipts and you're putting them down and you're putting them in piles. And it's like you're trying to sort it out. But this isn't about your finances. This is about your emotions. Has something to do for whoever I'm reading for in the collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, or possibly just a lot of Aquarius in your chart. Whoever I'm reading for, this is really talking about you going over old events and emotions, and it's like you're picking up the past in your hands and looking at it. Now, why is it relevant? Why are they showing me that you're picking it up in your hands? It's because your hands are connected to your heart, they're saying, and that this is a way for you to take emotions that have been difficult for you to process, that you have kind of pushed away from you in your elegant Aquarian fashion, very capable of doing that. And now you are taking the time to bring them close to you so that you can really feel that connection to the moments from the past that were painful for you, that were confusing for you, that you haven't yet had time to really kind of put all the pieces together in a way where you're understanding the totality and the importance and the profundity of what your emotional life has led you to. That sounds kind of big and important, and it actually feels really big and important as I'm reading this, as I'm saying this to you. The energy that I'm getting is just running right through my heart in a way where it feels as though it's coming from the back right through the front, and it's opening this vortex in my heart chakra that feels like just like this swirl of emotion of all these different colors. And Aquarius, this is really valuable. This is really important for you, because this is where you get to reclaim the pieces of yourself that have been attached to the emotions in the past, to have been attached to unresolved events, unresolved relationships, moments of doubt, moments of confusion that never really settled into a place of peace for you. And as I'm saying that, again, I'm feeling this quality in my throat of this is an essential part of you evolving at this next phase of your life into who you really can be. The throat chakra, it's about really expressing your true nature of who you are. So wherever you are at, whatever stage you're at in terms of evolving your consciousness, in terms of coming into really, I'm hearing the expression full-bodied spirituality, appropriate to your personality and appropriate to the stage of consciousness development that you're at. Like really filling it out. It's like I'm seeing a balloon that's been half empty that now is getting a chance to be really full and just kind of buoyant. And that's the way I see it with you. I'm seeing, it's interesting because I hadn't planned on wearing purple today, but something just grabbed me. And as I'm doing this reading, I'm seeing purple all around you. And for me, this quality, it's really crown chakra, but it's often something associated too with mental healing, mental calming. So I'm looking at this, excuse me, cat hair. And the cards that came out after having all of this, 2 forgiveness cards and 1 I like card. So I'm feeling with you, my loves, as though, it's interesting because I feel almost as though as much as you may not have forgiven certain situations fully, no, I have to go back. As much as you have on a mental level made peace with situations that hurt you, there is a part of you that did not fully make peace in your heart with the understanding of forgiveness. You might say, well, it's all right. It got me where I am. But there's still a part of you, for some of you, where the hurts have been the deepest, that you've held it in your heart and you haven't allowed that frequency, or you haven't been able to let that frequency go. Now you can. Now you're in a place where you are able to take it here and feel it here. And the reason why this is important is because when we're letting go of emotions, emotion is an energy. And when we are letting go of that, it's important for us to be able to contact it with a real sense of emotional awareness in order to be able to move through it and beyond it. This is something else that came through earlier. In fact, actually last night, as I was thinking, will we do Aquarius tonight? The idea of when you come up against a feeling that's difficult and you touch it like this and you go, oh, yes, I know that emotion. Okay, I can figure it out. I can deal with it. And you walk away from it. That emotion is still there. Mentally, you've accepted it, but it's still a part of you. When you can actually come in contact, hold the emotion, come in contact with it, feel it, and allow yourself to respond to it instead of just going, oh, yes, that's all right, and walking away. If you can touch it and let yourself feel the sadness, feel the grief, feel the anger, whatever is there, and just know that it is an energy that's moving through you and breathe yourself through it, then that's when you can start really feeling that energy moving out of you, because you've gotten to the other side. And to the other side of a difficult emotion, there's always an insight. There's always an opportunity to move beyond it and reclaim whatever part of you was stuck in the past with that feeling and that emotion. Now, what I'm talking about here really involves, for some of you, a simple process. And for some of you who have not done a lot of work with integrating energy, with releasing emotions in that way, you might need some assistance with that. You might need somebody to help walk you through it and hold a safe space for you while you allow yourself to feel those, because it can be a moment of real fragility as you're acknowledging this. If it had not felt unsafe for you, you would not have locked them away. So the key cards here, however, and this is really crucial, are the 2 forgiveness cards. And that says to me, there's forgiveness of other people, but there's also forgiveness of yourself. Because Aquarians, you can be really hard on yourself. You can be, not always, but you can quietly within inside of you blame yourself for not having handled things better, when it actually, well, of course, better. One of my teachers said once, we're all doing our best, otherwise we'd be doing better, in any given moment. But you can, in some ways, take a situation that is theoretically out of your control and say, I should have handled it better. Well, maybe you should have handled it better by walking away, by getting help, by being honest, by getting therapy. Who knows? But the point is, you need to forgive yourself for whatever part you played in that, and start looking within that situation. Look at the things that you did right. Okay? It's not about abdicating responsibility, of course not, because we all learn through facing what our role was in any given situation and looking at what motivated us and why. And what there I just got the discipline card, and that in this particular pack, it's like, okay, allow yourself to proceed slowly and create some kind of safety containment for yourself, some kind of structure for yourself where you have the ability to dip into it and then dip out, dip in and dip out if it's overwhelming for you. And that's one of the ways that you can proceed with this on your own, gently, gently, gently. The key in this, my dear Aquarians, is to understand forgiveness is not about saying it's okay, you're allowed to behave badly, or it doesn't matter that I did that. Really, when you look at forgiveness in the highest frequency we can experience it, it's with the understanding that we are all innocent creatures We are all spiritual beings who are coming in to have a human experience through which we will learn and expand our capacity for compassion and our capacity for love, capital L, self-love, loving the other, and understanding we are all here learning and teaching each other. And that when we understand it from that perception, from that perspective, and we see relationships, mistakes, blunders, hurts, pains, all of that, and love within that context of we're all here to learn and grow, it makes it a lot easier to ease into forgiveness and say, you know what? I thought I knew what was going on there, and I made a lot of judgments and criticisms and decisions based on that. But there was a whole lot of stuff maybe I didn't know. There's a whole other layer of life I wasn't aware of at that time. And even now, there are things that I might think I know, but I might not really. There's always more that you don't know. And you can name it, you can name what you think the offensive, but just for now, if you find yourself wanting to stay in blame, you can say this to yourself. Today, I'm going to accept that I may not know the whole truth behind this situation. And for this moment, I'm just going to say, I'm going to choose not to blame. What if there is an explanation that I don't understand? That means this is completely different than what I imagined. The motives were different. It wasn't about me personally. It wasn't. Just allow for the possibility. Because what that does is, this is really interesting, because this card that's coming up now in relation to this reading, what they're giving me is this. When we hold ourselves attached to a blame or a regret and don't allow ourselves to move through it, to understand what's at the back of it, what it does is it keeps us from staying connected to a piece of ourself, to that deeper part of ourselves, because it fragments our energy and our consciousness into these different places. When we can bring it all home to center, here we go with the hands, when we can bring it all home to center, then that's when we are able to transmute the energy in a way that opens us up to a deeper experience of our own personal higher conscious mind. That was good. I like that. My dears, I feel as though this is, again, for many of it, but for all the signs, this is a big time of transition. There's no question about it. You see it in the world around us, and we are simply microcosms of the macrocosm. So, or perhaps we would like to say it is. They are the macrocosm of our microcosm, which is why it serves us to deal with our stuff and to get to a point of clarity, letting go of the past, so that our frequency can raise and come into alignment with what's happening to evolve the planet. So if you're looking at life in that context, that's one of the reasons why it's not selfish at all to move towards your heart, to let go of hurt and blame ourselves and others, and to focus on the good stuff. Take your time. Allow your sense of structure, the way you're going to look at this, to happen gradually and quietly, but take a chance that this can be so liberating for you. My dears, you have very deep hearts. You don't always show them because you can lock away emotion, and when you lock away emotion, you tend to lock away parts of your heart. This is you opening your big Aquarian hearts in a loving, healing way towards yourself and towards your past and everybody in it. So this is a time of rest yourself, and take things slowly and quietly. And whatever you do, do it with great love towards yourselves. Okay, Aquarians?